Okay. Well, good afternoon, good morning, good evening to so many of you who are around the world. I'm going to see if I can open up and start my camera here. It's not allowing me to start my camera, but aloha. I saw aloha from someone over there in Hawaii area. Say hello from Paris. I see that from, wow, Paris is really blowing this thing up here. I want to say hello to everyone. This is HB. Calling in actually from Houston, Texas. Just come from an incredible event that we had over in Pachuca, Mexico, as we actually launched our Latin America market over in Pachuca, Mexico. Let's see if we can get on video now. Okay, I think we're good now on video. All right, now, T. Gray, if you could let me know if you guys can hear me. I want to make sure that I'm able to be heard. Let me know that, or Anna, someone. Okay, you can hear me. Wonderful. Well, I've got the magic man on the line today, guys, so I won't be fumbling through how to get slides up on the screen. I've got T. Gray, our VP of operations, or some of us know him jokingly as the VPE, VP of everything. Okay, and we say that affectionately because of the amount of dedication that T. Gray has. We've got an incredible team here, and much of it starts there with T. Gray all over the world. I want to welcome everybody to the call. I know we've got quite a bit of people chiming in from places all over the world, and some right now it's probably 2 o'clock a.m. Some people it's 4 o'clock a.m. for them, and I've actually still had a chance to see them on the line as well. I want to welcome all the people who are local right here in the United States, where I'm from and where I am right here. I want to welcome you on the line as well today. I'll tell you. Today, ladies and gentlemen, today's call is going to be a little different, not as detailed of a training call as it is going to be more of an you have really gone out and excelled. And I want to just pat you on the back, and you should pat yourself on the back and give yourselves a big high five as well, because you've done numbers that I'm not aware of any other network marketing company being able to do within such a short period of time right now. We have so many of the people in business and network marketing who are looking at us, and that's a great thing. Many of the companies right now, they're here we go. Okay, I am back on here. I think I lost my connection, but as I was mentioning, so many different companies who under overpromise and underdeliver, and we find distributor after distributor who are disappointed, and they take a look at our industry, and the second time around or the third time around, it says, I'm out of this industry. Even though the job market has disappointed so many of us, very few people say, I'm just out of the job industry. Why? Because they have to take care of themselves. And one of the things that our goal is to make sure that we not only make an opportunity for the top, make an opportunity for few, but we wanted to create an opportunity for everyone. We wanted to make an opportunity for the person who is the smallest person in the room in terms of experience or maybe access or maybe influence, that they could actually have that opportunity and have something that they can truly pass on to their children, whoever it is that they want to pass it on to. And for so long, we promoted that in this industry of network marketing, but not a lot of people have actually provided it. And I still to this day, I can't find one. Whereas I can say, you know what, here's a person who is really the story, the real story of what network marketing is all about. And so instead of trying to find someone or blame or hold someone else responsible for doing it, sometimes what you have to do is this: if you want to see the future, you go out and create it yourself. And that's exactly what iBoomerang is. This is a vision, a collective vision that has come over the last 5 years, I would say, of how I believe a distributor should be treated. For so long, I've wanted to be treated a certain way in this industry, but nobody could really connect and understand. And I believe that I speak for a lot of people in this industry because I've been on both sides, the sides where I didn't make much money and the sides where I have had a chance to make some extreme amounts of money and be amongst the top in the entire history of network marketing in this industry. And so we wanted to make sure we provided that opportunity. And I can tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually doing it right now. With what's happening with iBoomerang right now all over the entire world. I think last week, this past Friday, we paid commissions in 116 different countries. And we're still not even 60 days old. And so today I'm not here to talk about all the upgrades that we have made to our system and things of that nature. Many of us have had a chance to hear about those. I'm here to really give you some announcements. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is May 6th. May 6th, very exciting day. Why? Because when iBoomerang actually started, we started with a mission, and we started with the concept of being able to create a compensation plan that, through my experience of 29 years in this industry, and have written a compensation plan that's produced the largest residual income out of one position that I'm aware of in the history of network marketing. We decided that we were going to bring a concept to network marketing that would shatter every single record from a residual income standpoint that's ever existed. And I think I know a little bit about breaking records. And so instead of giving you all what we call the bells and whistles and the 55 different ways of getting paid, what we did is we looked and said, how can we create an environment here whereas the little guy can go out there and really, really make a great income, even if they never recruit one single person. And we've done that. We're actually the first company, the only company that have the exclusives of being able to take travel savings, the difference in the price that we see with our iGo platform. The customer's price is $200 and our price is $100. That $100 difference, we give 50 of that dollars to a TSA, and we take the other 50 and we convert a percentage of it and we pay it up line. We're the only company who's able to do that. One of the trainings that I'm going to get into much later on, it won't be today, I'm going to share with you the pipeline. I covered this over in Mexico, but I'm going to share with you how to build yourself a pipeline. And one of the things that I told the people in Mexico, we had a lot of fun with it as it was an incredible event. We had nearly 1,500 people to attend that event in Mexico, and for a first Super Saturday, not even a grand opening, it was amazing. Friday night that there was a founders party. We had over 550 founders. Founders, that means the people who came in at the founders package. 550 of them attended a casino night event that was just first class. No matter where you go, you couldn't have found a better party than that night. And then obviously almost 1,500 people showed up the following day for a major opening of that particular market. But what we taught and what you're going to hear later on is us talk about a pipeline. This is a little different concept that I want to share with you. Nobody's ever done what we've done before. And I want to share with you that your pipeline, it takes you about 12 months to build your pipeline. I shared with the group there in Mexico, when you take what we put in this plan, just the travel savings component alone over a 12-month period of time, and only adding 10 new distributors to your organization every month, starting to build an organization, whereas the maximum number of people that you've ever had come in 12 months is 120 people in a month. After 12 months, we'll share with you a concept that you pretty much through travel savings and some of the numbers that we have, you're qualifying diamond every month if not one distributor ever came into your organization and if not one person ever paid for their monthly subscription fee. No other company can do what it is that we're talking about. This is something that the masses can look at, because many of you are out there who've never built a real big team. You got to remember, my first 7 years, I never put more than 50 people in the organization in 7 years. And so even the thought of 300 people a month coming into my organization, was it possible? Yes, but I just couldn't see it. I couldn't see it because if I'm struggling getting 3 and 4 and 5 people a month coming to the organization, it was a big stretch for me. It was a real big stretch for me, and I couldn't see it. And here's what I know. The majority of you who are on this call right now, that's you as well. You have a struggle, you have a stretch of being able to see that. But at the same time, we've got some people on this call right now who are lighting it up like a Christmas tree. And we're proud of every segment of people that we have, from those of you who've just gotten your first customers, to some of you who sponsored your first person, to some of you who've actually built the business. And one of our leaders here, Luis Ventura, we just found out he sponsored almost nearly 100 new TSAs, and he hadn't even been here 40 days in the business yet. And why? Because the opportunity is so available. They want to bring this opportunity and take it to every single person that's out there. And what we're seeing, ladies and gentlemen, is that our message is making a difference. Today, you probably saw on Business for Home, you saw the article that went up, and it talks about what iBoomerang is doing in terms of being good. We want to show people how to have the good life, GOOD, and we call it get out of debt. You saw Tawana Houston over there talk about being able to pay off 2 cars. You saw Jackie Pippins as well talking about the cars that she was in. I'm sorry, Tawana Houston paid off 1. Jackie Pippins paid off 2 cars. You saw Peter and Karen Hirsch talk about being able to retire a $40,000 medical debt that's been looming over their mindset in their household for years. And just within the first month have been able to do it. What we want is we want to see you put a dent in your debt, and we want to see you eventually eliminate it. And so we're going to have channels for you to be able to send it. Right now, you can send it to us through the Facebook channels and let us know what did you do in your first month with your iBoomerang money. I don't care if you had if you to own you. We want you to really own them. And so I want to just say congratulations to these guys who was able to do that. So things have actually been rolling like you would not even imagine. And today, ladies and gentlemen, is the day that we actually roll out the positioning for examples of how the binary, or what we call the dual All right, guys, I apologize. I got knocked off the internet here and thought I have a strong signal here, but Tigray, you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now. But you know what? Let me recommend that we just take a minute so that the rest of the call is high impact, and have you dial in to use the phone audio instead of the computer audio. That way, if you lose the video part, we still can hear you.
I will definitely do that. Let me go ahead and do that right now. So. And I moved locations. I'm over here in the office here. So give me one moment here. Let me log in.
And Let's see. All right.
Okay.
I want to thank everybody for their patience while we straighten out this technology. We want to make sure that everybody has a good experience. And Mark, I'm actually going to go off Wi-Fi myself because I'm having not too great Wi-Fi right this second.
Copy that.
Okay. There we go. Boom, I'm back. All right.
Okay. For some reason, it won't let me log into the Zoom on my phone there. But anyway, I'll just hopefully that we don't disconnect anymore. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back into it, guys. I apologize for the technical difficulties that we are having. But anyway, so today, as I mentioned, is the day that we actually do launch our binary structure. And there's two components to the iBoomerang compensation plan. The first one is what I call the enroller component. And that is when you start sponsoring people and you place them in the placement tree. What we've done is we've put together two different sets of income that you're able to earn just from the enroller component. One aspect of it is what we call the fast track or the fast start bonus that we actually pay. And that fast start bonus is roughly about 10% of the CV of that particular package. Now, remember, that is a sale that you're actually making on a wholesale basis. So that's a wholesale commission that you actually earn for selling that new prospect a TSA package. There's no income whatsoever for the recruiting aspect. And the recruiting aspect is when one comes in and purchases the kit, the standby kit, $49. There's no bonus or no income that's attached to that. There's only income that's attached when they actually purchase the package that we have. And that's our business class, our coach, and then our first class package that we have. So that's the aspect that we have that. Now, the next one that we have, and Tigray, if you can put that back on the screen here. I want to make sure we have the right thing on the screen with the dual team. There we go. We can go to Nick. Okay. The dual team. This is now called the dual team that we have. What you're seeing right now is basically a sample model of what you're going to realize in your back office. And all of the sales that are going in to the system today will actually fall in a structure that's identical to this right here. This is how your structure will actually look in the back office. And we're going to share with you a little bit about how you actually position yourself, because this binary or dual team compensation plan is really designed to build speed within your organization and to reward you for team commissions of anyone within your team who actually goes out and sells one of the coach, business class, or first class packages within the iBoomerang compensation plan. Now, I won't talk in detail about the back end. I think Edwin Haynes really explained the back end. I think he did a phenomenal job. I got so many different comments about the training that Edwin Haynes had a chance to do on the back end compensation plan. And one of the things that he said he wasn't going to do, he did it a little bit, is he covered the generational bonus that we have, just probably about 5, maybe 10% of it. And here's what I promised to you guys. I'm going to come back in, not today, but I'm going to come back in on another training, and I'm going to break down that generational bonus. I believe it is the biggest income in network marketing. I believe it's the biggest bonus in the history of network marketing. Some people look at it and they think, oh, it's just 4 levels and the numbers are small. I've got to explain to you how that really works. The largest incomes I've earned in 29 years in network marketing have come from a bonus that I wrote into a previous compensation plan. And when I realized where the majority of my income was coming from, I said, everybody needs to have this bonus. And so what I did is I wrote that exact same bonus and coded it into the iBoomerang compensation plan. And when I come back and do a training, I'm going to do a training on the residual aspect of our business. And when you see how that generational bonus actually works, I'll be hard pressed, or you'll be hard pressed to find anything in the industry from that even rivals it. It's good for the small guy, it's good for the medium-sized builder, and it is exceptional, obviously, for the person who is developing leaders as well. And so I'll talk to you about that later. And so the first part that I'm talking about now is just really the part that drives the business. okay? And that is enrollments. Remember, guys, enrollments is what drive your business. There's no blood like new blood. So we say the lifeblood of a business is always going to be the new blood, all right? So when you first go in, T. Gray is going to kind of take his mouse and go over the things that I'm talking about. You'll see right now at the top, you are the CEO of your organization. And so you're Pete Smith at the top there with that little orange little dot that's at the top right-hand side of your circle, right-hand area of your circle. That's you. That's where your organization starts, okay? Your organization starts with you. What you will notice is that you're going to have a left team and you're going to have a right team. This is where, these are the two teams in which you will start to place people, okay? These are two teams in which you will start to place people. Now, if you pay attention to it, there's not a third leg in which you can line people up. So that means if you sponsor one on your left and one on your right, and you now have a third person to sponsor, in this example, that would have been Pete Smith on your right side, but on the second level. So if you can go on the right-hand side, T. Gray, and just kind of circle your mouse around the orange one, the one that the third person that they would have sponsored, this would have been person number 3 that you would have sponsored in this example, okay? Person number 3. If you wanted to sponsor another person on this same side, it would have been on the bottom right-hand side of that person. And so it will go on and on and on and on and on, and it goes all the way down through infinity, all the way down through infinity, okay? And so there's no levels that stop people from the enrollment, and there's no levels deep that will actually stop volume from calculating up towards, to count towards your income. But you'll have the same thing on the left side. And as you remember that I talked about on the previous call, sometimes you may be in a position that your sponsor enrolls more than 2 people. If your sponsor enrolls more than 2 people and they place their third person on their side, on the side that you're on, that person would have to fall below you. So where T. Gray's circling now, if this was you in yellow and your sponsor was the person at the top, and your sponsor put another person below on the left-hand side, it will fall right there on your outside left. If your sponsor sponsored another person on the outside left below that person, it would be on that person's outside left. And guess what happens? Any TSA CV, that volume goes all the way up and it credits every single person above until it gets to the very top person where it can't calculate anymore. This is why it's paid to infinity. This is one of the reasons that binary or dual team organizations have explosive growth. Why? Because today, if you join today, for example, this is you today in yellow. I mean, this is you today up at the top. You sponsored Joe on your left over here, okay? And maybe you've got 5 other people that you want to place on this side of business. Well, whenever this position here is taken, it's taken forever. The position right below it is taken forever. So what happens is you may have prospects who are saying, I like to wait maybe next week to get started. Well, if you place someone in that position right there, that position is locked forever. And the people who are waiting will have to go below the person that you just brought in. So it starts to build what we call leverage. It starts to build leverage. Many people are now like crazy wanting to get in, even though we've broken records with our enrollments that we've had. We have a lot of people now positioning because they know that the binary structure starts today. And at the end of this week, we're going to calculate all of that volume, and those commission checks will be calculated now based on the dual team, no longer on the pre-launch compensation plan that we started with. If you saw this past week, we started talking about the dual team compensation plan in our presentation, and we removed the pre-launch compensation plan that was there. And that was actually 6 levels of payout that we did in that pre-launch. And it's created some amazing incomes. I believe we're approaching $4 million now in commissions paid out just through a 6-level pre-launch compensation plan approaching $4 million in commissions. And ladies and gentlemen, that is absolutely incredible. Now, so how does this work? I want to share with you how this dual team actually does work, okay? For those of you who came in and you got a coach package, what happens is this: the commission volume that's calculated is going to be based on what your ranking is. The higher your rank, the deeper or the higher percentage of commissions that you can earn. And this is why it's so critical. I want you to pay close attention, because no matter what your rank is, or no matter what your position is that you entered, you're going to sponsor the same number of people anyway. And so what happens is different ranks allow you to get paid at different percentages. So if you take you at the top again, and then you're going to have a left team. Okay. And I hate that all of them says Pete Smith, but this is just an example that we have. But you got Pete Smith here on your left, on the left of you. All right. And if you see, you've got Jesus Cardenas, okay, on the right of you over there, okay, on your right team. If you'll notice, Jesus Cardenas has started building his left and also his right team. Okay. And so each person has a right and a left. Each person has their own right and their left. And then they can start building people in the overflow as well. What would happen is at the end of the week, so Sunday, this coming Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, the computer is going to take a snapshot of both of these teams. And it looks at your entire left team and it looks at your entire right team. And it says, what we're going to do is we're going to pay commissions out based on the smaller team's revenue, okay? Based on the smaller team's revenue. So in this example here, if you look, this example, the left team at the end of the week in this example created 15,000 in total volume, okay? That was the total amount of volume that was there. The right team has 400,000 in total volume, okay? In this example, your teams may be larger. Most of you, your teams may be smaller than that volume. So what takes place when you put that volume in is that the left team is going to be the place where calculations start. So what the computer is going to do is going to say, okay, here's your left team at 15,000 in volume. And if you're at the coach plan, you get paid 10% on your lesser team if you're at coach. So it will take 10% of 15,000, and your commissions would have actually been $1,500 because you got paid 10%. Okay. Now, let's just imagine here that you were at the business, that you came in business class. And if you came in business class and you still had 15,000, that 15,000 is there anyway, but now you multiply that times 12%. And so if you look at 12%, your income would have been $1,800, okay? Remember, it's the same volume, same number of people, but because you're at business class, you're able to get a higher percentage on that revenue. So the thing I'm going to recommend to you, ladies and gentlemen, is you make sure that you start to look at your teams. Make sure you look at the number of people that you sponsored, and we're going to show you how to position your teams. Everyone that you've sponsored up until this point is already in what's called a holding tank. And you're going to be able to go through and place, if you've got 2 people that you've sponsored, then it's going to be easy. You'll put one of them on your left and one of those people on your right. And then your team can start placing their people. If you've sponsored 5 people, you're going to be able to position, 2 on your right, 3 on your left, 3 on your left, 2 on your right. However it is that you choose to position them, you can do that. What the goal is to build as balanced of an organization as you can possibly build. Now, what if you were at a founders pack and you have the same volume coming through? It would take 15,000 in volume on your lesser team, which is the left side, and it will multiply it now times 20%, which means your income would have been $3,000 that you would have earned this week in the dual team because you're at the founders or first class package. So if you see, ladies and gentlemen, the founders pack paid you $3,000, whereas the coach paid you $1,500. It was the same number of people sponsored, same work done. It's almost as if you decide, hey, listen, I know that I have access to TSA pricing, but I'd rather pay Boomerang pricing, okay? Because it's twice the amount that you're gonna receive. It's twice the savings if you're a TSA versus a Boomerang customer, all right? So I'm just kind of giving you an example of what that income actually looks like and why it's important for you to make a decision for yourself and for your future and where you want to be. We call it the power of positioning. Power of positioning. Left team, right team. Now, here's what's so cool. Our goal is that every single week, we're going to be growing the team. The organization actually grows it's growing now by the minute, okay? It's growing now by the minute or really by the second. We're having people come in every second right now, and they're going on somebody's team. Now, let me share with you a philosophy to have here so that we can really understand how we move into our dual team structure. The philosophy that you have as a leader is the business starts from the CEO down. That means you are the CEO of your own organization. That means that you want to take total responsibility for your organizational growth. I don't want any of you to fall into the trap of listening to a sponsor who says, you build one side and I'm going to do the rest of the team for you, okay? And the reason I say don't fall for that trap is what happens if your upline, if something happens to them? Or what happens if they can't fulfill their promise in terms of their growth of number of people that they're going to enroll? You don't want to put your family's future into the hands of someone else. It's going to be based off of what it is that you build. However, many people will experience the ability to have other people placed in your group based on your sponsor. But here's a great leader. Here's the attitude that I've always had. And I don't want to say it's unfortunate, but I've never had anybody placed below me in my group. I just never had that benefit. I've always taken the leadership role of how many people am I going to place below the people that's in my group. I'm the one who's going to create spillover instead of expect spillover. So I've never gone to an upline saying, hey, when are you going to place people below me? I've never looked at my upline that way. My upline is there to position me into the business. I'm so grateful that they thought of me to enroll into the company, provide me access to support. And from their own, they have zero responsibility in terms of my expectations. And I'm drawing this out to you, not that some of you won't have it, but I don't want you to build a business based off of what somebody else is going to do, okay? Because it just never works out. I've never seen anybody work for my family as hard as I'm willing to work for my family. So the goal is to build the businesses in the way that I shared with you. Last week, I did a training and I called it the 2020 plan, or 2 weeks ago. And I shared with you the structure and how you should place your organization and what you're striving for. So the dual team will pay out all the way down through infinity. Now, what happens is your rank, T-Gray, if you can go to the next slide, please. I don't know if the rank is on there. I think it may be the same slide.
Let's see, Mark and I did a handoff, so Mark is switching slides for you now, but I don't think it's on there. I'm not sure.
Okay, so basically, here's what the next slide shows: the detail of the information that's in there. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, what happens is your rank will determine how much of the money that you can actually earn. We call it a cap, okay? And so as you're building, because you're able to get paid to infinity, our top rank, which is Triple Crown Diamond, they're able to earn $250,000 per week, okay? That's the cap. $250,000 per week is what the cap is for this dual team compensation plan. And if you take a look, you'll see that as you go down in rank, the cap also decreases as well, okay? But what I can share with you is that there's enough money at every rank for the volume that you're doing to create the rank for you to build an income that is probably far superior than anything else that I've seen out there in the marketplace, okay? So that's the dual team. And so that's the structure in which you can start building your business. Now, so when you take a look at it, when you click on these icons, you're going to be able to see information. You'll be able to see the person's name. You'll be able to see their rank, whether they're sapphire, ruby, emerald, diamond, double diamond, crown diamond and black diamond or presidential, whatever it may be, you'll be able to see that. You'll be able to see the enrollment date. You'll be able to see who the sponsor of that person is and how much their personal volume is, okay? How much their personal volume is. Personal volume is when you personally generate revenue from your circle. There's a couple of ways to generate personal volume. When you pay your $99 subscription fee, that generates personal volume. When your Boomerang customers go out and use the Boomerang and book travel, that generates personal volume. When we take the difference, pay out half, take the other half, convert it into BV or CD, that's going to create personal volume for you as well, okay? Now, let's talk real quick about what's required in order to earn commissions from this dual team. It's required that you have one person personally enrolled on your left and one person personally enrolled on your right. And once you enroll those people on your left and right, they must have generated at one time 200 points of qualifying volume. Well, there's multiple ways to do that. They could either purchase the coach package because it comes with 250 qualifying volume, or they could actually have Boomerang customers generate enough revenue that they now become active and activated with 200 points. If you use the Boomerang method, it's a little slower because you're not in control of when your customers are actually going to travel. And there's a 30 up to 60-day lag time from which that travel experience takes place until we credit the volume. And so this is why a lot of people choose, not only do they want a TSA package for the benefits, but it also qualifies them immediately. So one on your left, one on your right, and you're qualified to earn those dual team commissions down through infinity. If you looked at the pre-launch compensation plan, you had to have sponsored 10 people to get past 4 levels. Here, you sponsor one on your left, one on your right, all the way down through infinity, okay? All the way down through infinity, all right? So we want to just share with you some of the simplicities of that. There's going to be video trainings that we'll come out with as well that's going to show you, but I don't want you to worry about this, okay? Now, here's what happens. Each of you who have at least 2 people personally enrolled, already. So for the month of May, everyone is there and your grandfather. So that means that if you have one on your right, one on your left, and they have activated, you are good. You are good, and you can start generating commissions and calculating volume. Now, there's one thing that I do want to show you about calculating volume. Some of this right now sounds foreign to many of you, and don't worry about that. We'll share with you how this all works. It's going to be very simple. If you take a look at the right-hand side, this detail up here in the middle where it says Black Diamond, paid as rank, where it says Black Diamond here, okay? Forget about that percentage that you see there. Don't worry about that. This is just a sample. If you notice on the right side over here, it shows that the current volume for that week was 200,000, but the carryover volume was also 200,000. What does that mean? That means that the binary or dual team allows you to store volume until you get paid on it. okay? It allows you to store that volume until you actually get paid on it. So iBoomerang will allow all of this volume to stay there, and for I believe it's up to for 12 months, that if volume came in January and you hadn't matched it on your other team, you've got 12 months to get paid on all of that volume. And then if not, it'll go down to a minimum. Okay, so let's just say, for example, that you had, and this sounds extreme, but some people will have this. If you've had $20 million that year of volume and you've only gotten paid on 10 million of it, it's 10 million left over. Well, iBoomerang keeps that volume there until you get paid on it. And then what we do at the end of 12 months, we reduce that volume and you start the year off. And I believe that the maximum there is either $1 or $2 million that we'll reset it to after 12 months, okay? So just want to give you that to let you know that that volume continues to calculate and you have that volume sitting there for 12 months to actually go get paid on. And then it resets down to, I believe, either 1 or 2 million. And I'm not 100% certain as to what that is, but we'll make sure we let you know that, okay? But that's a good problem to have, right? So that's how this binary or dual team compensation plan works, and it allows you to carry that volume over every single week, okay? Every single week. Now, so let's go ahead and go to the next slide here, and I want to share something with you. I've got some announcements that we do have to make with regard to this dual team. And here we go. Okay, now, so the system starts today. And if Peter, if you can hear me, I need you to bring that phone in here, because T. Gray sent me some slides that I need to preview before we get to some of the other announcements that I have them actually on the phone, my notes there. But the system starts today. It's been systematically rolled out. And at the end of this week here, that is when you'll see the calculations for your binary commissions. Everyone who has enrolled through May 5th will also be placed in by this coming Friday. We will actually have everybody in the system by Friday who was enrolled through May 5th. The binary will be completely finished. And what you'll notice is that on this coming Friday and on Saturday, all of the new enrollments after Friday automatically goes right into the binary, so that we can finish the last 2 days of the week with crazy enrollment, and then we're on to the races from there. Okay, so the new people this week that are enrolled this week will be placed on Saturday and Sunday. And the reason that we're doing that, ladies and gentlemen, because we right now have almost about 30,000 plus people to put into this binary structure. And it's not an easy thing. So many of the leaders right now have been contacted by their upline, and those positions and things are actually going in right now as we speak, okay? Also, you'll be able to find in your back office on the reports, you'll be able to see the binary viewer and your reports, okay? You'll be able to see that in your reports. So let's talk about some of the things that I wanted to do here for an announcement, okay? Something that we wanted to do to really jumpstart this binary compensation plan for many of you. And let's go ahead and go to the next slide. I don't even know what's coming here on the next slide. Okay, here we go. The May promotion, we're having a promotion here. And this month of May, we call it, I call it All Out Massive Action May. Why? I sent out a message to the organization of some of the leaders that we have on chat, and I sent that out 2 weeks ago, or about a week and a half ago, and I let them know that if you work May the proper way, you'll set yourself up, in my opinion, for decades to come in terms of income. And I can tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, through experience. And what do I mean by that? I'm known to be a very hard worker in network marketing and have a strong work ethic. And I do. I'm very disciplined in my work, and I understand how that goes. But I don't work as hard as everybody think. I work very, very, very smart. And what I do is I put anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks of strong, intense work in. And what happens, it allows me not to have to work that intensely ever again, okay? And I'm telling you right now, if you do this in the month of May and you put your enrollment hat on, your business hat on, and you go all out massive action May, you'll set yourself up big time. I want you to imagine riding a bicycle, okay? And you're riding a bicycle and you're riding downhill. The binary brings momentum and it brings growth. And if you're riding downhill, some people will say, well, you know what? I'm riding downhill. I don't have to pedal much. Why? Because the momentum of the hill alone is going to take you at a certain speed. Those are what I call coasters. They coast through it. And they allow all of the activity to spill over to actually move them into growth, and it's okay. But you're going to have a few people that when they're going downhill, riding a bike, they pedal as fast as they can. Why? They pedal as fast as they can because somewhere down the road is going to be another hill. And you don't know sometimes how far that hill is going to be. But as they go downhill and they pedal and they pedal and pedal away, when they get to that next hill, they're going to have more energy to get up that next hill than the person who just coasted. And what I'm sharing with you right now, ladies and gentlemen, is I want you to join me in pedaling as fast as you can. I have laid out my travel schedule. I have laid out my appointment schedule, my Zoom schedule. I have laid out everything that is incumbent upon me as a CEO to set that example. And for me, that's why CEO for me, that's not Chief Executive Officer. It is, but right now, my role is what's called the CEO, Chief Example Officer. And so I'm going to lead by example and show people how to make this happen. If there is a month to sponsor more people than you've ever sponsored before, it is over the next 60 to 90 days. The next 60 to 90 days, you will set yourself apart from the person who's just coasting. And right now I'm just talking to the leaders because I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable because, I'm in terms of force to go out and build a big business. Remember, we designed this company for the person who never wanted to recruit a person. But we also designed it for people who got massive, big, huge dreams and want to be a part of history. And so what we're going to do is we're going to give you a little octane boost. And so what we've done for May is put a promotion together, a first class boost. Let's talk about this first class boost here. If we go to the next slide, first class normally comes with 1,000 QV and 800 CV. And remember, if you're at first class getting paid 20% of 800 is 160. What we're going to do for May is we're going to take not only the QV, which is 1,000, we're also going to match it and give you 1,000 CV. That means that if you're at first class, every time a first class package gets enrolled into your pay leg in your organization, it's $200 instead of $160, all the way down through infinity. This is for the month of May, ladies and gentlemen, okay? All the way down through infinity. But not only are we doing that, put the slide back up if we could, we're taking the fast track and we're basing the fast track, ladies and gentlemen, off of the CV as well. 10% of the CV of 1,000 gives you $100 fast track. Now, I think they're going to give you an example here and show you how it worked before. If you take a look at the other plan that we had, when we were going through the pre-launch compensation plan, the pre-launch compensation plan would pay you 25% on your first level. And I think it paid out maybe what, $250 or $240 commission. Well, here's what you get here. Guys, if we can put the screen back together, please. If we can put the screen up with the promotion that I have there. Okay, there we go, okay? So during the pre-launch, the CV was 800 and the normal plan is 800. The May promo is 1,000. The fast start in the pre-launch was 200. The normal plan is 80, okay? And in the pre-launch is 100. In the pre-launch, there was no dual team commission at all. The normal plan would pay you $160, okay? $160. So the normal plan will pay you a fast start of 80, 160 in the dual team, which gives you 240. That's normal. So here's what happens now. For every person that you personally enroll at the first class package and you place them on your smaller team, it's $300 in income that you earn. $300 in income that you earn instead of 240 and instead of 200. Now we're doing this for the month of May, okay? What this is, ladies and gentlemen, is a huge income boost to anyone, okay? A huge income boost. Why? Because what we're doing essentially is paying 25% more than we're designed to pay. Why? We want to help you pedal downhill as fast as possible. We want to see you go and engage and really set yourself up so that you can actually start experiencing the growth and the momentum that's out there. But you know what? Let me ask you a question here, okay? I don't have the Facebook online, but I'm going to see if I can do something here. I'm kind of feeling it right now today. And I'm going to ask a question here, okay? I think I see it online here. Let me see if I can log on here real quick and see some of these comments. There we go. I see the comments here. So let me ask a question. Turn this volume down here, okay? We're doing this with the first class package. Now, here's what we're going to do. If I see enough voting, if I see enough activity on our Zoom, which is maxed out, if I see enough activity on our Facebook chats, okay? I tell you what we'll do. This is a vote. Remember we said, I'm only the steward here. I'm only the person who's driving the train. I don't believe in owning something that's special. I don't believe in owning the company. Why? When something is this good, don't try to own it. Ownership simply means you're going to try to control it. You give it away. So here's my question, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are the owners. What if we did this? What if we said, we'll take the business plan, and I didn't even check with my programmer on this to see economically, is it gonna work? But what if we took business class and we did the exact same thing? What if we took business class and instead of 400 points, we made it 500 points? And instead of getting paid $80, we make it $100 every single time somebody in the dual team pops up in your smaller team. And so right now, I want to see, guys, but here's the thing. If I don't have overwhelming responses on Facebook Live who want to do this, we'll just keep the normal plan for the business class and we'll just stick to the first class. And the reason I thought about it is because I know some people in their mind they're just signing up into iBoomerang right now. They're just now getting started. And in their minds, they don't see themselves being able to sell a $1,000 package. They're intimidated. They don't understand the value of it. They may have heard, well, listen, you shouldn't have to sell it for $1,000. And maybe you were in the company and the maximum that you sold the package for was $250. Or maybe the maximum was $500. And I know how that mentality can get you sideways and you're looking and you're like, man, I only started at business class, so how could I sell one? How could I sell a first class? I heard a company saying, hey, listen, we sell something similar for $200 and they ain't selling a lot of them. It's not about how inexpensive it is, ladies and gentlemen, okay? It's not. Okay, I can tell you right now, Rolls-Royce, they have in Lamborghini, Bugatti, there's a waiting order. There's a waiting line. Why? Because of the value that's promoted there. And I'm letting you know right now, we are not the Honda. We are not the Civic or we're not the economy car network marketing company. Now, there's nothing wrong with the Honda at all. I want you to understand what I mean. What I'm saying is the type of income that's available here is Rolls-Royce money, okay? The type of debts that have been paid off is based off of Rolls Royce type money, Lamborghini type money, Bugatti type money. Here's what I do want you to know. I went to a convention and I saw when our partner invited us up, and I saw people, companies and CEOs that I had a chance to meet who have our exact same platform, but they don't sell it through network marketing. And the least expensive that they sold this platform for was $5,000. And we saw people selling it for as much as $25,000. The same iGo platform without all the bells and whistles. And so, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to understand is I want you to start building in your comfort zone of offering a person the Rolls Royce of opportunities. And sometimes you think what you're selling for $1,000 is a travel pack. No. Let me ask you a question. And would you pay $1,000 a year for my mentorship if it didn't come with an opportunity? Would you pay $1,000 for myself and the top earners, Edwin Haynes and David, you know, and Peter and T. Gray and Mark Kipcard and Jose Luis and all of these diamonds and blue diamonds that we have to have our wisdom and the hundreds of millions of dollars that we've earned in the industry? Would you pay $1,000 for that? The business and the product's free. And so I want you to start understanding what it is that you have your hands a hold of. And so that's what you're a part of here. That's what sets us apart as well from anything else that's out there. I've had people offer me as much as $1 million for me to be their mentor. But because I give my time to network marketing and to the masses and not one individual, I knew that taking the $1 million would have made me $1 million richer, but I would have taken the resources that I have and put them into only one person. And I said, nope, that would be selfish of me to give it to one person when we can give it to millions and hundreds of thousands. And so right now, to get you comfortable, if you want us to put this into the business class pack, we'll do it. I need to see it light up. I'm looking right now. Yes, sir.
I'm not on Facebook. I'm on the Zoom. The Zoom chat is out of control. I can't even get in there. It's scrolling like the stock market. Everybody's saying, yes, do it. Please do it. Make it happen. We want it. Fire, fire, fire.
So T. Gray, here's what I need you to do, okay? As soon as we get off of this call here, okay, if you're saying that they're lighting it up, because I can barely see it as well. I think my internet on my Facebook is not so great. Oh, okay, I just see Kim Phillips says do it. All right, there we go. Worth every penny. First class, the Rolls Royce of opportunity. Okay, great. So here's what we do, okay? You guys keep showing love on this call here, and I got some other stuff I'm gonna roll out for you as well, okay? We ain't finished. We're just getting started, all right? Guys, listen. We know what we're doing. This is less than 60 days. We haven't even rolled out our system yet. We haven't even taught you how to build the business yet. We haven't even rolled out our mentoring program yet. We've just rolled out a pre-launch compensation plan, and we've turned every single head in the industry. Why? We know what we're doing. There's some things that we're working on right now as we speak that will revolutionize the direct sales industry, and it will only come through iBoomerang. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I tell you, I don't want you comparing, 50 cents here on Expedia and no, guys, listen, that is a Honda business. No disrespect to my Honda people out there, okay? No disrespect to them. You guys know what I'm talking about. You may drive a Honda, but you want a Rolls Royce opportunity, okay? And there's nothing wrong with a Rolls Royce, a Honda, but there's a lot wrong with a Honda opportunity. A Honda opportunity can't feed but a few. The Rolls Royce opportunity, it will feed generations and a legacy to come. So T. Gray, here's what I need you to do. When we finish, I need you to get on the phone with our programmer and let them know when we start this, as soon as he starts this, whatever he's got to do, I don't care what we've got to pay for the programming, I want this coded in as well to the business class pack as soon as we can get it done. I'll give them 24 hours to get it done, but I want this in for business class as well. Why? Because I know we've got some people out there right now. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna grow you from seeing a Honda opportunity to seeing a Rolls-Royce opportunity. And we want this is the way this should be. Let me share with you how it should be. The way it should be is the way it is in some areas, in some countries. I won't even mention the countries, but we're having people come saying, Holton, this is too inexpensive. And I kid you not. T. Gray, are we having people saying, hey, listen, why are you charging so little for this opportunity?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have a whole group of people that said that they couldn't even get started if the highest pack was $1,000.
Got it, right? And so right now, we just want to position you so that you understand. So those of you who can take a just small leap to business class, we're going to reward you for that as well. And we're going to blow the doors off of this thing. And then many of you out there who see the vision for the first class pack, we want you seeing that first class pack vision. And it's our job as a team, as leaders, to grow you from where you are to being able to see. In 60 days, we want you thinking, wow, how in the world could you guys offer an opportunity like this for only $1,000? That's the mentality that you should have. And when you have that mentality, watch what happens to your business. But let's go ahead and move on forward here. I see this Facebook thing is lighting up like a Christmas tree as well. Okay, so now here's what we're talking about here, working the zones. You heard Mark Cathcart do a strategy on this. I'm going to share this with you. Why? Because this month we're going to do a promotion. Every single zone, there's going to be a promotion that gets launched. Why? We're not playing around. We've put everything in place. We're getting a whole lot of our technology now working. We've got iDecide working now. We've got our back office working. You start seeing your volume. We paid out 8 commissions so far on time. We've got Pay App that's working. Next week here, we got something that's pretty cool for you that's going to be out here. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, this is less than 60 days. I can't wait until we're 6 months old, okay? So what should happen here? How should you be thinking? When Mark trained on the zones, here's the thing that I want to bring into place as well. I watched what he did, and I remember because I trained him on the zones over 13 years ago, okay? 13, 14 years ago, he worked the zones to get a 6-figure income. So as a company, here's what we do. The 1st through the 10th is what we call the white zone, massive exposure. Through the 1st through the 10th. Now, we're going to train a little bit later on this in detail at all of these events and regionals that we're going to be doing in the month of June, by the way. So the 1st through the 10th is massive exposure. It means that your list should be long and strong. You should be making sure that you get your boomerangs out, exposing the business, taking your top 10 from iDecide and getting those exposures out, getting your boom and your good parties done. The boom parties we have over in Latin America, the good parties we're having over here in America and other places where get out of debt makes sense. Okay, it's just a different terminology. They call them boom parties in Latin America. We call them good parties starting here from the US, okay? So exposing the business, exposing. On the 11th through the 20th is massive sponsoring. This is when the organization as a whole has a mindset of follow-ups and follow through with your prospects. This is when the 3-way calls should be really blowing up because this is how you get people enrolled into the business. The blue zones, your hotel meetings should be going berserk. Why? Because people who've been exposed in the white zone come out to see the big meeting or the meeting with other people in the blue zone, and massive sponsoring is taking place during that time. And then you have the red zone. The red zone is the 21st through the end of the month, massive volume. This is when you start breaking pins and breaking ranks, okay? And so your volume, the 21st through the end of the month, should be greater than the volume from the white and the blue zone combined if you work the business the way we're going to show you how to do it. Upgrades should be taking place. You're going to start seeing at the end of the month power of positioning and distributor orientation conference calls that will take place. Why? You're going to be able to have reports in your back office showing you who's been in 60 days that is sitting at standby, sitting at coach, sitting at business class. And you now get those people, put them on the call, and our leaders are going to train them on the money that they have been missing out on by not being at a higher position. And then they'll have the ability to choose whether or not they're ready to upgrade, okay? But this is how we're going to work the business, ladies and gentlemen. There's a system to everything that we do. But we couldn't roll out a system with the pre-launch compensation plan and then change the system. And so right now, iBoomerang is not hitting second gear, really. We're really just putting our hand on the gear shift. That's all we're doing right now. We've got some stuff that we're going to bring to you. As soon as the second company think that they caught up with us is when we're going to shift it in the second gear and let them know they've been planning on catching us, but not planning on beating us. That's the mistake, okay? We know exactly where it is that we're going, and we have a system on how we're actually going to go out there and get this thing done. Why? We're just different, baby. We're just different, okay? So now, let's go to the next stage, because I'm going to show you now, if you work these zones, we've talked about the dual team, start sponsoring, make this all-out massive action May. Let's go out there and get this thing cranking like crazy, because we're going to help you get to some of these ranks. We want to help you get to these residual incomes that will be residual incomes that you'll be able to pass along for real this time. Not these fake residual incomes, but real residual incomes. We can go to the next slide. I want to talk to them about another promotion that we've got that's going to be coming up here, okay? Now, there we go. They saw it a little bit. I want to talk about Diamond, okay? Everybody heard me talk about Diamond. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you right now, if you are a builder, no matter how big of a builder you are, no matter how small of a builder you are, no matter how long you've been in this industry, I want you to set a goal for Diamond. I don't care if it's 5 years. I don't care if it's 2 years. I believe everybody on this call can get it done in 18 months. Our system is just too good. We've got a unique component of our technology of the cash back. It is just too good not for you to be able to do it. Do you know that we're going to have people who are diamonds that only have 50 people in their group? But because of the revenue that they're generating and the points that they're generating from the cash back is giving credit to their organization, and they're qualifying diamond every single month. I showed the group in Mexico how to have no more than 120 people ever come in your business, and you're qualifying diamond every month, even if every one of your distributors quit the business. Never been done before in the history of network marketing. Here, until iBoomerang started it, okay? Until iBoomerang started it. So here's what we're gonna do. We put together a diamond destination. We put together a promotion for diamond, okay? Why? Set a goal to go diamond. If we can go ahead and roll that out on this PowerPoint. Oh, we got a video for it. There's no audio. So ladies and gentlemen, introducing Diamonds in Dubai. Qualification starting May 1st all the way up until December 31st. We are about to light the industry up. And ladies and gentlemen, I have never been to Dubai. And I said the first time that I go to Dubai, I want to go with our diamonds. That's how I want to go to Dubai, with our diamonds. And so I'm going to be walking into Dubai, flying into Dubai with I don't know how many of our friends, our diamonds, our blue diamonds, black TSAs. And if you've never been to Dubai, set a goal to get there. And ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, it's going to be a trip to remember. So if you look at it, qualify one time, you get the invitation. Qualify twice, hotel and airfare. 3 times, hotel suite and airfare. Qualify 4 times, hotel suite and airfare for 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to make some big stuff happen, okay? We're about to make some big stuff happen. But you know, they say, HB, this is good, but everything is always about diamonds. Why is it that everything is always about diamond? Truly over here, I've always wanted to be a diamond. And I can tell you right now, the lifestyle that we're going to teach you at Diamond and what we're going to show you how to do with your money, I believe network marketing shouldn't be your sole source of income. And leadership, when you qualify to come to our leadership trainings, I'm going to teach you a course called What to Do with a Dollar. And Edwin Haynes can tell you one of my philosophies is to take the people that we have, the leaders, and show you, this is why we want you to get out of debt first, and show you how to develop 5 6-figure incomes, for some of you 6-figure monthly incomes, and 5 separate entities outside of iBoomerang. Why? I don't want you to ever be a slave to network marketing check. We want to show you how to create a legacy and create real wealth, not just be, well, you know what, I'm dependent just on this check. Why? This is what I've seen in the industry. We're just different. Most companies will tell you, hey, put all your focus and all your income, everything should come from one source. No, it's not the case. We're going to show you how to create wealth. We're going to show you how to really leave a legacy to your family. And it's not just going to be this income. It's going to be the income that this income makes for you. But you say, why only the diamonds? Well, I know many of you on the call right now, you're probably saying, you know what, it's always about diamonds. And I don't know if I can make it to diamond. And that's because your belief isn't there yet. This is why we're having the September event in Las Vegas. We need to build your belief. We need you in here. We need you in our system 18 months so we can get your mind right, so we can cultivate your mind, grow you as a person, grow your mind as a person so that you can actually receive the income that's available to you. It's not about the money. It's about what you can receive up here. What's your capacity? What is your capacity? See, this coffee cup right here has a capacity of 18 ounces. And anything on top of it gets wasted. And so for many of you, we're talking, when we speak the concept of $1 million income, and I know I talked to a few people, and I'll say it on this call, and I sent out a few text messages saying that we'll be the first company. And after 3 years that we're projecting that we're putting things in place that will have multiple $5 million monthly earners on the residual side alone that has nothing to do with the $1 million month of binary income that they're making. Why? We're going to expand your capacity. We're going to expand the way you think, expand the way you operate, and we're going to create that environment. But we haven't forgotten about you. That person there who's saying, well, listen, I haven't ever sponsored 20 or 30 people. We haven't forgotten about you. Let's roll to our next slide. And give me some sound. Need sound. There we go. Oh, diamonds.
Wrong one.
Everybody show Mark some love while he gets it ready. Show Mark some love.
We love you, Mark.
So you say, how do I go diamond? Don't ever focus on diamond. How do I go crown? Don't ever focus on crown. How do I get rich? Don't ever focus on rich. Expand it. Give me some volume there when you expand it, Mark. So ladies and gentlemen, starting this month right here, May through December, qualify Sapphire, and you actually are going to be going to another place that I've never been, and that is either Morocco or you'll be going to Costa Rica. Morocco will be for our European, our Africa team that's over there in EMEA, and North America and Latin America will go to Costa Rica, ladies and gentlemen. That is for going Sapphire. Now, you want to go to Dubai? How many people can you get to the Sapphire Splash? How many people can you actually roll into this business, work with them on how to go Sapphire? And when you take your eyes off of yourself and you start putting it on other people going to the Sapphire Splash, not only will you be there, but I'll be watching you and seeing you also in Dubai. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you right now, I'm so fired up about what's taking place, so fired up about the announcements that we've got right now. We're laying it all out on the line. And here's the thing that you're going to have to do. What you're going to have to do is you're going to go out and have to do your part. You go out and you do your part. And I'm telling you, all of it takes place. All of it goes. Now, somebody's asking about some other regions. Don't worry about that right now. We've got all of our regions covered. Trust me, we do. All right. But we're talking to some of our other leaders that we have over in Asia about where they want, some of the specifics, and we've never dialed it in. But no matter where you are, ladies and gentlemen, you will have a place to go. You go out there and you go Sapphire, and we're going to go out here and make this thing happen. Now, here's the thing, okay? How do you get this done? Go out there, get yourself registered for Las Vegas right now. Don't wait and say, well, if I'm in the business next month. No, get yourself registered for Las Vegas right now and get your people registered for Las Vegas right now. If you're planning to be at the Sapphire Splash, whether that's in Morocco, incredible, beautiful place, and I've only seen it through pictures. Costa Rica, I've been there one time with a small group of maybe 6 of us, but we're going to take hundreds of people over to Costa Rica. I'd love to have 2,000 to 3,000 people go to Costa Rica with us. And guess what? You can if you go out here and make this thing happen. Go out here and do your part, make this happen, ladies and gentlemen. And also, I want to go ahead and tell you guys what you're going to be paying attention to that we're going to release. We're going to have regional events that's going to take place in the month of June. Right now, here's the goal. All out massive action May. Work like crazy in the month of May. In the month of June, we're going to have 4 different regional events. One will take place in Baltimore. One will, we've got one of our top leaders over there, many leaders in that area, but Jason Cross and that team over there really showed up and showed out. We said we want to reward them for the efforts they put in place. We never told them who packs it out. We're going to do that. We wanted to see what they were going to do. And so you guys, Jason, I can tell you, congratulations. You earned the ability to host a regional event that we're going to do over there in the month of June. Atlanta, Georgia, you earned it as well. This one is going to be special. Why? Friday, there's going to be a Sapphire leadership training that takes place on that Friday. We're going to roll out the dates for you. All Sapphires will have the ability to come in, and I'll be giving a 1-day full leadership training. And you have to be a Sapphire, not almost Sapphire, but you have to be Sapphire to qualify to attend that event. And then the following day, we're going to do the Atlanta event on that Saturday. These are going to be 1-day events that we'll have. Houston, Texas will actually host a regional event, and that will obviously be for that whole region. We'll have Dallas, Oklahoma that will be coming in, and San Antonio, Austin, and people will come in from that region. And ladies and gentlemen, we're doing one also on the West Coast in California. Those guys showed up, they showed out. And so we're going to have all kind of leaders over there that we have, Rigu and Pablo. I know we've got Tommy Johnson, who's going fast track to diamond, who's going to be over there from Phoenix. That group will be able to plug in over there as well. I know we've got other emeralds over there that I'm not even thinking of the names, but California, we're going to light it up like a Christmas tree as well. So ladies and gentlemen, remember, we're not even shifting to second gear. We're just putting our hands on the gear shift, saying we know what we're doing. All out massive action May. Let's make it happen. Let's run through and let's create a huge binary dual team check for you this week. Let's close out the month working these zones. Put your focus on your sapphire. Identify right now in your group. Can you identify at least 2 people personally that you're going to work with and make sure that they go sapphire and make sure that they come to that particular sapphire splash with you? Okay. Sapphire splash with you. And when you start to do that, you'll see yourself also in Dubai. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I love each and every one of you. You guys have no idea what this last 50 plus days or 40 plus days, almost 50 days have meant to us, your entire team, from your CEO of iBoomerang to David Manning, our CEO of Extreme Travel, and all of our executives that we have, our T. Gray, Mark Kithcart, Lori, Lori Spear, just everyone that we have who's working. We've got people in all different areas around the world that are working on behalf of iBoomerang. And I just want to say, I thank you. We appreciate you. And I can't wait to see you on the beaches of the world, literally. Let's go. See you guys.